Welcome back, everyone, to DSP versus the Internet. It is now time for part 4 as we continue on with the Ultra Member submissions. Someone ate nothing but the Costco hot dog meal for a week. I think that's a lot of hot dogs.
I'm eating nothing but the Costco hot dog meal to see if paying $1.50 for a glizzy and drink is worth it for 7 days. The rules are I have to eat it at least 3 times a day, and
oh, come on.
Besides that, I can only drink water. That means no other food and drink, not even the free samples at Costco. At the end of the video, I'll reveal how much I spent in comparison to a normal week of eating food, and if I got sick of the meal at any point during the experiment.
This might be the weirdest and most economically efficient challenge
Why
I've
would you
done
do
yet.
it? The whole point is you're not supposed to do this. You understand? Like, listen, the Costco meal is a good value, right? It's $1. Is it $1.50 for the meal, or is it $1.50 just for the hot dog? I actually don't know. But everything in life is supposed to be about moderation. There's nothing wrong with eating McDonald's if you eat it once in a blue moon. There's nothing wrong with eating the Costco meal if you eat it once every few weeks. Why would you eat the same thing 3 meals a day for a whole week? No one would tell you to do that. There's no doctor, no dietitian. There's no one who works at Costco. The CEO of Costco would never tell you you should do this. This is a bad idea, correct? So why would you do this?
Let's do this.
Before starting the culinary experience of a lifetime, I first had to get a Costco membership the day before. They have 3 membership tiers, and I got the highest one, the executive membership, because Jody, who works there, said it would look best on video. And now the next day, I was ready for the very first of my 21 Costco hot dog experiences. Also, I weighed myself on day 1. I was 229.5 pounds.
Damn, he's 229 pounds. He's fat, just like I used to be. He's fat. I'm only around 200 right now. Poor guy. Lose some. If you're 230 pounds, you probably should not be eating the Costco hot dog meal 3 times a day for a week. Just saying, that's probably even worse because you're already considered unhealthily obese.
Remember that number at the end of the video. If you don't know what Costco is, it is a wholesale store where you can buy anything you could ever want.
Yes, we know. We know what it is. Thanks. Okay.
Of gas.
Oh, I have to see him on the toilet now? No, I don't need to see him on the toilet.
Locally in between meals to cut down on driving. And then I wanted to eat dinner as late as possible so I wouldn't be hungry for the rest of the night. Costco closes at 8:30, so I usually got there at 8:15. I went back and got 2 Costco hot dog meals, 1 to eat there and 1 to eat back home. And I paid this stupid freaking tax again. And
oh, so he would buy him 2 at once and bring 1 home and eat it later. Okay. That's probably even worse because it's not fresh.
honestly, they still were really good. The fact that these are so good and I've only spent $8 on 5 Costco hot dog meals makes this the best deal in showbiz. That night, I found out from one of my followers that if you just hit the takeout button, it removes the tax, which I would not normally do, but I was going to have a lot of hot dogs at Costco, so I feel like I deserve it. So we'll just say on day 1, I spent $7.50.
Why did he have 5 hot dog meals in one day? I thought he said he was going to get it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's 3 meals. Why did he get 5?
This feels like Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day. Oh, I made that up.
I woke up on day 2 feeling a little hungover.
I'm like hungover.
And obviously, I'm not drinking beer or anything. If you remember, I'm just having the Costco hot dog meal this week. So it must have been because I threw back too many juicy meat sabers.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
On day 2, I got to Costco right when it opened at 10 a.m. and I was the first person to order a hot dog meal. Because why would any normal person do that at 10 a.m.? And I actually only paid $1.50 this time. Now, obviously, the hot dog is only 1/2 of the hot dog meal. My strategy for drinks was that there really was no strategy. I really just got Pepsi and Mountain Dew the entire time, and when my stomach was bloated and felt like it needed a break, I got a water. I tried not to get too many soda refills, but because I wasn't snacking throughout the day, I would get refills most of the time so I could have some fill in between meals. Guys and gals, let me tell you, a breakfast glizzy at 10 a.m. will change your life. I mean, it won't actually change your life, but it does feel really empowering to eat a hot dog at 10 a.m. with nobody stopping you.
Is it still a bad day to be a hot dog? You bet your damn sweet bippy it is.
My friend Paul joined me for lunch, and not gonna lie to you, it was really difficult watching him eat all the free samples he could want while I was just stuck to eating the Costco hot dog meal. Please also note during this project that I'm not a nutritionist.
You should have said that at the beginning of the video, by the way, not 4 minutes in.
I do not recommend that you do this. To help me with this project, I walked over 10 miles a day, drank a gallon of water a day, and took some.
Again, he should have said that at the beginning of the video. Seriously, he should have all announced that up front. Why is he doing it 5 minutes in?
Daily vitamins that may or may not have been the Flintstone dinosaur ones. Do not try this at home. I am a professional dumbass. Then I went back to Costco for dinner. The original condiment strategy was to mix it up. Costco only has ketchup, mustard, and relish, but honestly, I put all 3 on a hot dog and I didn't really get sick of it.
Also, why did did I park so far away?
After 2 days, I had had 9 hot dog meals and spent a
Wait a minute. The first day he ate 5 meals. The second day he ate 4 meals. Why is he eating so many meals? He said he was going to do 3 a day. He didn't. He's doing more. This is confusing.
total of $13.50, so I was feeling pretty good. Until the next morning when I shit my bed. I then realized I should probably get some Tums and Pepto-Bismol. The guy living by himself only has so many bed sheets.
Do you ever get that feeling where it's like a war is happening in your stomach?
Thank you, Tums and Pepto-Bismol. You saved my life during this glizzy experiment. This is not a paid advertisement, but it should be.
I might pop in a couple of these right now.
For breakfast on day 3, I decided to switch it up and get the Costco hot dog meal. Also, if you like these Glizz Up shirts, you can get them on my site at suryacht.com. It's me, an alligator, and a dog eating a very big glizzy. I had started posting recap videos of my journey on social media where a lot of people called me a hero and said I was solving inflation. Guys, I'm just eating a Costco hot dog meal. Also, the bar is so low in this country to do something. I went back for lunch and I wasn't feeling great. Not because of the Costco hot dog meal. I was feeling great about that. But I got reached out to by a gastroenterologist who was very concerned about my health. It made me think, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But what about glizzies? Do glizzies attract doctors? What am I even doing to myself? Oh, that's right. Having the culinary experience of a lifetime. My videographer Bill joined me for lunch and gave me this Insta360 camera.
The FitnessGram Pacer Test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test.
He said I needed some variety in my video and it was a way for me to go hands-free while eating hot dogs. So there you go, everybody. Enjoy. That night, I had to eat a little earlier at 6 p.m. because I was watching my alma mater high school boys basketball team. So I had a hot dog meal before.
See how it tastes?
Way too hot.
And a candlelight hot dog meal after, because this one was almost out, and I'd like.
So again, he's eating 4 hot dog meals a day. Why are you eating 4 a day? It's supposed to be a meal is 1. You eat 3 a day. He ate 5 and then 4 and then 4. No wonder the guy's 230 pounds, I guess.
Use my candles fully before just buying a new one. Okay, you don't give a shit anyways. Days 4 and 5 were definitely going to be the toughest part of the week, other than this breakfast glizzy, because I was traveling 3.5 hours from Cleveland to Cincinnati to watch the Browns take on the Bengals. Typically at Browns games, I do have hot dogs, but this week, obviously, I can only have the Costco hot dog meal. So I had to eat around the game, and since the nearest Costco was very far away from the place I was staying in the Cincinnati area, I had to stop at a Costco in Columbus on the way down, eat a glizzy of course, but then order 6 more hot dogs that I would have to microwave and eat for the next 48 hours. And let me tell you a shocking
Oh my
fact.
God.
Microwaved hot dogs that are a day or 2 old aren't as good as the fresh ones.
No
My dad
shit.
and his fraternity brother
Disgusting.
from college were absolutely relishing in front of me, eating wings, drinking my favorite beer, Guinness.
Guess what? You can't have one of these. Sorry. You want to wait? Oh, no, you can't. You're eating the hot dog. Here's to the wing. Sing the wing. Sing the wing there. Here we go.
And they even made me take them to White Castle after to rub it in a little more. Now you know where I get my eating genes from. My father. After having 3 microwaved hot dogs and 4 total that day, I was ready to go to bed and not be upset anymore. Except the next day I was going to be upset because the Browns rested their starters and got their butts kicked by the Bengals. I was especially upset after having a naked microwaved breakfast glizzy. What a sentence that was. People made really good dishes at the tailgate too, and even shrimp, which in Cincinnati, I don't trust shrimp, but I probably would have.
This is the stupidest thing ever. And what did he get out of it? A video with 700,000 views, so what, he made like $1,000 on this? But for a week, he tortured himself, right?
Millennial spends on food a week. I checked the scale after 7 days, and maybe some of you are like, oh, you probably gained a good amount of weight, or you probably stayed the same. I lost weight. I lost 4.2 pounds in 7 days.
All right, well, you wanna know why? Because you eat shit all the time. That's why. Like, he probably eats horrible food all the time, so he actually ate a steady meal all week, and his body leveled out. Yeah. So that's what happened. And the whole time, he could have had a great week. He could have enjoyed the game. He could have had tailgate food. He could have had bar food with his family. But instead, he ate stupid Costco hot dogs for a dumb stunt video. So what did he prove with the video? Basically, his diet is shit Because if he ate hot dogs all week and lost weight, it means his normal diet is worse than eating hot dogs all week. Just think about that. So what is he eating all day? Cheese whiz and fucking, you know what I mean? Like potato chips, pizza? Probably. It's probably what he eats. Anyway, well, that was fascinating, wasn't it? Not really. Okay.
And I just farted. Silent but deadly.
Reynolds wasn't familiar with the character and was sent a pile of comics featuring Deadpool. Included in this pile was Cable and Deadpool #2 from 2004, wherein Wade Wilson quips that he looked like Ryan Reynolds crossed with a Shar-Pei. Reynolds felt he was destined to play the character and he'd get his chance 5 years later when he was cast in X-Men Origins Wolverine. He disliked the movie's interpretation of Deadpool, but was told to play the part as it was or he'd simply be recast. When the movie leaked on March 31st, 2009, audiences reacted poorly to the changes made to the character. In response, Fox hastily flew Reynolds down from Canada to film a post-credits sequence that teased further Deadpool appearances. It ended up being 7 years before the character returned. Writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick were hired to work on the Deadpool script as soon as they finished work on 2009's Zombieland. The road to getting the movie greenlit was fraught with difficulty. Reese and Wernick went to great—
Oh, says we're getting claimed, guys, so I can't watch this. Oh, what happened? It fucked up. Look at the YouTube app. The YouTube app is completely fucked.
February.
What the hell? Why are we watching this? Wow, the YouTube app completely glitched and sent me back a bunch of videos. What the hell? Honestly, I'm not surprised since it has a bunch of actual Deadpool clips in it. That's probably why we're getting claimed. So, sadly, cannot continue to watch the story of how Ryan Reynolds became Deadpool. Sorry about that, everybody. But now we can learn about wealth inequality in America. It actually looks like we'll get through both Ultra member videos now before we finish
There's
this
a
part.
chart I saw recently that I can't get out of my head. A Harvard business professor and economist asked more than 5,000 Americans how
This is from 11 years ago, so this is like 2012 video, okay?
they thought wealth was distributed in the United States. This is what they said they thought it was. Dividing the country into 5 rough groups of the top, bottom, and middle 3 20% groups, they asked people how they thought the wealth in this country was divided.
All right, if you were to ask me this question today, 2024, the answer is 99% of the wealth is in the top 20%. And then probably, shit. Seriously? It's okay, maybe 99, not 99. Maybe it's like 90% is top 20, 5 to 7% is the next 20, and then the whole rest is the bottom 3, and it's like negligible, doesn't even matter. That's what I would guess. Okay?
Then he asked them what they thought was the ideal distribution, and 92%, that's at least 9 out of 10 of them, said it should be more like this. In other words, more equitable than they think it is. Now that fact is telling, admittedly, the notion that most Americans know that the system is already skewed unfairly. But what's most interesting to me is the reality compared to our
it's worse
perception.
than that. It's literally
The
worse.
ideal is as far removed from our perception of reality as the actual distribution is from what we think exists in this country.
Watch this.
So ignore the ideal for a moment.
Yep.
Here's what we think it is again. And here is the actual distribution.
Yep.
Shockingly skewed.
I was
Not
right.
only do the bottom 20%
It's 90% and then like 7 to 10 and yeah, there you go.
and the next 20%, the bottom 40% of Americans barely have any of the wealth. I mean, it's hard to even see them on the chart. But the top 1% has more of the country's wealth than 9 out of 10 Americans believe the entire top 20% should have.
Yep.
Mind-blowing. But let's look at it another way, because
But it's not mind-blowing. We've just saw a video, what was it, last week, the week before? This country and the world is set up that once you're rich, you never lose it. Once you're rich, you can reinvest the money, never have to pay taxes on it, never lose the wealth. And you could just borrow other money based on your non-taxable wealth to pay for everything else. So once you're rich, you are always rich and it will never change. There's actually no way to lose your wealth unless you spend it all. But when you spend it, you have to pay taxes on it. So no one does that. So literally we have a system set up to hoard wealth for those who are already wealthy, and anyone else is fucked. Why is it like that? Because the upper class make the laws. So they wrote the laws that way. And that's that. The rich will never lose their wealth because they just have ways to never pay taxes on it and continue to make more wealth for themselves without spending. Yeah. How nice is that, right? I was not rich 10 years ago. That's ludicrous if you think I was rich 10 years ago. let me put it this way. Because this is what some people don't know. Even in my biggest year ever as a YouTuber, I'm trying to think what the stat was. I know I never made $200,000 in a year. Never once. I actually don't think I ever even made $150,000 in a year, to my knowledge. I could be wrong on that, but I'm almost positive I never did. You know, people are just dumb. They think that, like, I made tons of money and shit. No, I never did. Absolutely not. I was never rolling in the dough because I didn't do the things to roll in dough. I didn't take giant sponsorships. I didn't do promotions. Big YouTubers do all that shit. That's why they're rich. And then when they get to that level where they're making like $1 million a year, they're just investing their money and making it all tax-free, and then they're rich forever. I never got to that level. I'm just like you guys, man. I work hard every day for a reason. You really think I'm here today sick because I want to be? I'm sick, but I gotta work just like you guys, you know?
I find this chart kind of difficult to wrap my head around. Instead, let's reduce the 311 million Americans to just a representative 100 people. Make it simple. Here they are: teachers, coaches, firefighters, construction workers, engineers, doctors, lawyers, some investment.
Do keep in mind this is 12 years old. At this point, these totals have definitely increased. A lot of pay has gone up in the last decade.
Bankers, a CEO, maybe a celebrity or two. Now let's line them up according to their wealth. Poorest people on the left, wealthiest on the right, just a steady row of folks based on their net worth. We'll color code them like we did before based on which 20% quintile they fall into. Now let's reduce the total wealth of the United States, which was roughly $54 trillion in 2009, to this symbolic pile of cash. And let's distribute it among our 100 Americans. Well, here's socialism, all the wealth of the country distributed equally. We all know that won't work. We need to encourage people to work and work hard to achieve that good old American dream and keep our country moving forward. So, here's that ideal we asked everyone about. Something like this curve. This isn't too bad. We've got some incentive, as the wealthiest folks are now about 10 to 20 times better off than the poorest Americans. But hey, even the poor folks aren't actually poor, since the poverty line has stayed almost entirely off the chart. We have a super healthy middle class with a smooth transition into wealth. And yes, Republicans and Democrats alike chose this curve. 9 out of 10 people, 92%, said this was a nice, ideal distribution of America's wealth. But let's move on. This is what people think America's wealth distribution actually looks like.
And it's not.
Not as equitable, clearly. But for me, even this still looks pretty great. Yes, the poorest 20 to 30% are starting to suffer quite a lot compared to the ideal, and the middle class is certainly struggling more than they were, while the rich and wealthy are making roughly 100 times that of the poorest Americans, and about 10 times that of the still healthy middle class. Sadly, this isn't even close to the reality. Here is the actual distribution of wealth in America.
How ridiculous.
The poorest Americans don't even register. They're down to pocket change. And the middle class is barely distinguishable from the poor. In fact, even the rich between the top 10 and 20 percentile are worse off. Only the top 10% are better off. And how much better off? So much better off that the top 2 to 5% are actually off the chart at this scale.
They wouldn't fit.
And the top 1%, this guy, well, his stack of money stretches 10 times higher than we can show. Here's his stack of cash, restacked, all by itself.
Wow.
This is the top 1% we've been hearing so much about.
That's Elon Musk. That's Elon Musk. That's Jeff Bezos. That's them. They have so much money they can never fail in life. No matter what. They would never go to jail, nothing. Yeah. Isn't that great? That's the system we set up. And we're all happy with it, apparently, because no one has done anything to try to change it. We just continuously accept the system. Oh, this is great. The system works. Vote in who you want, and they'll do the things you want, right? Does that ever happen in our government? Okay, we got one more video for this part. Oh, that's very good. Graphic content. What is it? Oh, God. A guy shooting at officers. That's not good.
Future location.
Adam 44 on Broadway, north of Rosecrans. Hey, this guy's not stopping. Keep an eye out, make sure he's not.
By the way, that video was getting claimed, too. So, if the stream gets shut down, it's because that video was getting claimed, which I didn't know. I had no idea it would. But, sorry about that. If the stream gets shut down, it comes back in 3 minutes. Okay. No, there wouldn't be any gore in this video. This video wasn't even flagged 18+. So there must not be any gore or anything in it.
18-45, still cancel.
You want to call it a reckless or DUI if they take off?
445, right? He's been swerving.
Yep. There we go, PA. Move your hand real quick.
Oh, stop this, stop this, stop.
Whoa!
Go, go, go!
Holy shit! Are you kidding?
Shots fired, shots fired. Officer needs help.
Are you kidding? It is open fire with a machine gun.
What was that? You good? No, just go, 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 go. We're gonna be northbound.
Wow.
Northbound Broadway from Rosecrans. They
hit us with, dude.
Hey. No, go, 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 go. Dude, go.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Chuck, do you know where they
Machine
went?
gun.
No.
For
I know
sure.
where they went. No, no, stop. We're stopping. Adam 44. Adam 44. We're on Broadway and 135th Street. We took shots fired. The cars last seen
Wow.
Broadway and 135th Street. We need an RA. 135th Street. Partner, you okay?
I don't know, I'm bleeding.
18-44, Broadway and 135th Street, alright.
Hey, stay away from the car.
Last seen northbound Broadway from 135th.
Wow.
You want to call it a reckless or DUI if they take off?
DUI, he's been swerving.
I got PA.
It was full auto, but it didn't look like it was like an Uzi. It would have like no control. That looked like it had control, did it not? So was it a rifle? A full auto rifle? Because it was like, it wasn't like, you know what I mean? It wasn't controlled burst. That was like full auto. But there's no way it was like an Uzi. Because it would have been going blah, all over the place. That was insane. And why just fire at the cop? Wow. That's just insanity, man. It had recoil? Oh, it didn't look to me like it did. It happened so fast. Holy shit, man. That's just fucking insane.
Get the car! Get the car! Adam 44 on Broadway, north of Rosecrans.
I seriously hope they're both okay, man. This only happened, what, a week ago?
Hey, this guy's not stopping. Keep an eye out, make sure he's not.
18-44, Broadway, north of
The stupid copyright notice won't go away. It's been on the stream for ages. It won't go away. Like, I don't it's still stuck there. I don't know why. So I'm afraid the stream's going to get shut down, but I don't know. It still says it's there. We've watched this before. It's never had a copyright claim. I'll pause just in case. So let's continue. What's past this? Are they okay? Please tell me that they're all right. Will they tell us if they're all right?
Hit us with, dude.
Hey! No, go, 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 go. Dude, go.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Chuck, do you know where they went?
No.
Do you know where they went?
No.
No, stop. We're stopping. Adam 44. Adam 44. We're on Broadway and 135.
They've got him on camera, so they got the. I assume they got the license plate, so they should be able to get him anyway. But man, dude, if you get shot like that, don't pursue. You gotta take care of yourself. You're probably full of bullets, man.
We took shots fired. The car is last seen northbound on Broadway at 135th Street.
All right. Well, that was pretty dangerous. Did they survive? Oh, it just says Patreon support. It doesn't say anything else. I hope they're all right. That sucks that there's no follow-up on that. Is there a follow-up in the comments? He's a 7-time felon and he gets bail. So apparently they know, they found the guy, they arrested him, and he got bail, and he's out. The dude that fired on the cops is a 7-time felon. He was booked into police custody on $2 million bail. How about no bail? 2 graze wounds to the head. God was with him that night. Wow. He was arrested for 7 prior felonies and was currently under the supervision of the Los Angeles County Probation Department as an AB 109 offender. What a joke. Yeah. Sheesh. He attempted to follow the suspect's vehicle. I can't speak. They attempted to follow the suspect's vehicle for approximately 200 yards, but lost sight of the vehicle in the area of 135th Street and Broadway. Both officers sustained cuts and scratches from glass fragments caused by the suspect's round. What the? I'm trying to read it. Dude, this app is garbage, man. This app is trash. Can I read what I'm trying to read? It kicked me out. Okay. Scratches from glass fragments caused by the suspect's round striking the police vehicle windshield, with one officer receiving 2 graze wounds to his head. Los Angeles Fire Department personnel transported the officers to a local hospital. They were treated for their injuries and released the following morning. Numerous rifle casings, so it was a rifle. It was a rifle. From the suspect's weapon were recovered from the scene. They arrested 31-year-old Malcolm Gus Jr., charged in the case on 1 count of attempted murder of a peace officer, 2 counts of assault with a machine gun upon a peace officer, 1 count of shooting at an occupied motor vehicle, 1 count of possession of a machine gun, 2 counts of possession of a firearm by a felon. During the ensuing investigation, police located and seized the Chevrolet sedan. Police also seized a firearm believed to have been involved in the crime. He was booked into police custody on $2 million bail. If convicted as charged, Gus faces a maximum sentence of life in prison. Holy crap, man. I mean, that guy just didn't care. He knew that was the end of his life. Because he's already a felon. 7 charges of felonies. He has a machine gun in the car. So he has nothing to lose, apparently. Man. And people say, oh, yeah. It's totally not insanely scary to be a police officer, right? That at any moment something like that can happen to you. Oh, my God. All right, well, that is the end of the Ultra member submission. So, Ultra members, thank you for supporting the channel this week. Now, for the next hour, we will watch the submissions to your videos in a random order. So, thank you guys so very much. See you for part 5.